coming to give back everything the darkness stole. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole. The light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole.
Good evening. My name is Ashan.
I am Morpheus.
Cut that bitch off!
You are now watching the throne. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. These other niggas is lying, acting like the summer ain't mine. I got that hot bitch in my home. You know how many hot bitches I own? Don't let me get in my zone. 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 The stars is in the building. They hands to the ceiling. I know I'm about to kill it. How you know I got that feeling? You are now watching the throne. Don't let me into my zone. Don't let me into my zone. I'm definitely in my zone.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Good evening. My name is Ashan. Some of you may know me as Michael. Tonight I'm going to read from this book, The World's 16 Crucified Saviors, or Christianity Before Christ, by an author who goes by the name of Clergy Graves.
What?
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means.
Now, normally, most readers like to start from the foreword, but I'm going to start from which I believe is the most important part of this book, which is an address to the clergy, or the clergy of the Catholic Church, Christianity, the Jesuit order, Freemasons, what have you. And then after that, I'm going to go back and introduce you to who Clergy Graves was and the era he came from. So without further ado, let's begin. Address to the clergy. Friends and brethren, teachers of the Christian faith, will you believe us when we tell you the divine claims of your religion are gone, all swept away by the logic of history and nullified by the demonstrations of science? The recently opened fountains of historic law, many of whose potent facts will be found interspersed through the pages of this work, sweep away the last inch of ground on which can be predicated the least show for either the divine origin of the Christian religion or the divinity of Jesus Christ. For these facts demonstrated beyond all cavil and criticism, and with a logical force which can leave not the vestige of a doubt upon any unbiased mind, that all its doctrines are an outgrowth from older heathen systems, several systems of religion essentially the same in character and spirit as that religion now known as Christianity, and setting forth the same doctrines, principles, and precepts, and several personages filling a chapter in history, almost identical with that of Jesus Christ. It is now known to those who are up with the discoveries and intelligence of the age, were venerated in the East centuries before a religion called Christian, or a personage called Jesus Christ, were known to history. Will you not then give it up that your religion is merely a human production, reconstructed from heathen materials?
What?
From Oriental systems 7,000 years older than yours?
What?
Or will you continue, in spite of the unanimous and unalterable verdict of history, science, facts, and logic, to proclaim to the world the now historically demonstrated error which you have so long preached.
Don't you put that evil on me! Don't you put that on us!
That God is the author of your religion, and Jesus Christ a deity begotten Messiah. Though you may have heretofore honestly believed these doctrines to be true, you can now no longer plead ignorance as an excuse for propagating such gigantic and serious errors, as they are now overwhelmingly demonstrated by 1,000 facts of history to be untrue.
What?
You must abandon such exalted claims for your religion, or posterity will mark you as being blind leaders of the blind. They will heap upon your honored names their unmitigated ridicule and condemnation. They will charge you as being either deplorably ignorant or disloyal to the cause of truth. And shame and ignominy will be your portion. The following propositions, fatal to your claims for Christianity, are established beyond confutation by the historical facts cited in this work. 1. There were many cases of the miraculous birth of gods reported in history before the case of Jesus Christ. 2. Also many other cases of gods being born of virgin mothers. 3. Many of these gods likewise were reputedly born on the 25th of December. 4. Their advent into the world, like that of Jesus Christ, is in many cases claimed to have been foretold by inspired prophets. 5. Stars figured at the birth of several of them, as in the case of Christ. 6. Also angels, shepherds, and magi or wise men. 7. Many of them, like Christ, were claimed to be of royal or princely descent. 8. Their lives, like his, were also threatened in infancy by the ruler of the country. 9. Several of them, like him, gave early proof of divinity. 10. And like him, retired from the world and fasted. 11. Also, like him, declared, "My kingdom is not of this world." 12. Some of them preached a spiritual religion too, like his. 13. And were anointed with oil, like him. 14. Many of them, like him, were crucified for the sins of the world. 15. And after 3 days, interment rose from the dead. 16. And finally, like him, are reported as ascending back to heaven. 17. The same violent convulsions of nature at the crucifixion of several are reported. 18. They were nearly all called saviors, sons of God, Messiah, Redeemer, Lord, etc. 19. Each one was the second member of the Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. 20. The doctrines of original sin, fall of man, the atonement, the Trinity, the Word, forgiveness, and angry God, future endless punishment, etc., etc. It says, see the author's biography of Satan, were a part of the religion of each of these sin-atoning gods, as found set forth in several Oriental Bibles and holy books, similar in character and spirit to the Christian's Bible, and written like it by inspired and holy men. Before the time of either Christ or Moses, before Moses, in some cases at least, all these doctrines and declarations and many others not here enumerated, the historical citations of this work abundantly prove, were taught in various Oriental heathen nations centuries before the birth of Christ or before Christianity as a religion was known in the world. Will you then, after learning these facts, longer dare assert that Christianity is of divine emanation, or claim a special divine paternity for its author? Only the priest who loves his salary more than the cause of truth.
Get involved with your money. What? You're gonna have to get involved with your money.
And I feel this class are numerous, or who is deplorably ignorant of history will have the effrontery or audacity to do so. For the historical facts herein set forth as clearly prove such assumptions to be false, as figures can demonstrate the truth of any mathematical problem. And no logic can overthrow, and no sophistry can set aside these facts. They will stand to the end of time in spite of your efforts either to evade, ignore, or invalidate them.
Damn, you just been hitting the head with the worldwide exclusive.
Ain't no way around it. 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 Ain't no